Hi everybody, welcome to TFT Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings, and this is me, Oberon, with my show, The Outlook on the Emotional Exchanges, the weekly tarot and astrologically related forecast for the week ahead concerning all of your emotional issues. So this reading is for today, this morning, Friday the 23rd till the 29th, next Thursday. So we're going to start off with a reading for the collective from the Isis Tarot. And that card is Wild Geese. Attaching too much importance to friendships and good relations. Hospitable, societally inclined, homely, cozy, open-handed servitude. Social gatherings, parties. Kind of like a nothing burger. So let's get on with the rest of our reading then. We start with the air signs. Air signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. We give them their focus card. Justice. For air signs this week, you need to be as fair and magnanimous as possible. Try to see all things of emotional value for their constituent values and to be as equal and fair as possible in all your dealings with them. So now we're going to do the rest of the reading. What emotional happiness will the air signs find this week? The Five of Swords. Perhaps we find that we won the best and only way possible in a kind of bittersweet situation. Certainly it could involve rivalry, competing affections for someone, things of that sort. Usually the Five of Swords is a no-win card, and it's hard to not apply that to any reading, even if it's supposed to be about relationships and emotions. So to me, it seems like this is the week where maybe you, in a bittersweet way, overcome some long-standing rivalry or situation that's going on. It's probably the best you can hope for in terms of that happiness, to resolve it and just move on. So then what will challenge or surprise you? And it's the Two of Wands, upright, just like the other one. Two of Wands. So you're really trying to have your cake and eat it too, I suppose. You're really trying to have everything you want, maybe without consequences. Or maybe because you feel you deserve it because you've done the work for it. So I don't know how that's a challenge or surprise other than the fact that maybe something will obviously tell you, no, it's not actually that easy. So be prepared for that, air signs. It may very well be that whatever you think you can count on, you mostly will be surprised. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it could happen. So then finally, what concerns those around you, those you care for, those you love, those you're responsible for? And it's the Devil, upright, And I think that someone around you perhaps is maybe entangled in one of those kind of relationships where there's just too much physicality going on, and maybe too much familiarity to really enhance more rational thinking on the relationship. But it may be that somebody feels that maybe they're kind of beholden to this, and maybe they are seeking yours or others' help to monitor that or to arbitrate that. So I think that's a very valid possibility there, that we have a bittersweet happiness, a sense of a surprise where we didn't think there could be one, and someone around us is struggling with a very physical relationship, perhaps, that is demanding in certain respects. So that's what I have for the air signs. All right, so now we're going to move on to the fire signs. And fire signs are Aries and Leo and Sagittarius. And their word of the week, their focus for the week, is temperance. And I think fire signs will have to find how to moderate, modulate, regulate the varying emotional forces that may be around right now, the emotional situations, people's relationships or friendships that impact on you. Everything's a buzz now, so who knows what this could actually mean. It could just mean that you are called really to mediate some things. Temperance itself is about the emotions, the suggestion of the flowing water, calming, serenity. So let that be your guide as well. So then moving on to our reading. And what happiness, emotionally speaking, will the fire signs find this week? And we have the 6 of coins, the 6 of discs. And I think we are especially happy because we are really riding a sense of benevolence. Maybe we are feeling the extreme generosity of others towards us. Or maybe we ourselves are feeling that we have so much to give and we want to give it. And maybe this is more in terms of the emotionality. I mean, a lot of times it talks about the actual material condition, but what is being generous could just be the fullness of our heart, our time, the fullness of appreciated emotions. So let that be a guide for you for this week to find that happiness. So then what will challenge the fire signs? What will surprise or challenge them? Well, it may be challenging or surprising that you find that maybe overall you really are a wise and empathic counselor to people this week. That you really give so much kindness and compassion and understanding to maybe people's emotional situations, whether they're good or bad. You really take the time to be there, fire signs. You really are challenging yourself by being that person, by saying, I'm going to take those extra steps to be the benefactor, the wise counselor, the loving person. And then finally, what will be of surprise or concern to those that we care about? And it's the moon upright. And the moon upright says that there may be some interesting changes or some perceptions of changes going on with someone we care about. It may be that we find that maybe there is an actual relationship moving forward for them. Maybe there's a little bit of mystery about it, but the moon is almost always a good sign towards that kind of thing, the love emotional vibration. It could say that this is good luck for somebody, you know, who maybe has been looking towards becoming involved with somebody. There is a chance that maybe the moon is talking to about the things that we can find out, clear up, shed light on, mysteries we can perceive. And so it may be that these folks that are indicated may have that happen too for them, that maybe they will feel they're finding out something. And so if I combine the streams a little bit, they're finding out maybe who cares for them, you know, maybe where they want to move ahead. So looking back at that, I think things are really feeling charitable and generous for the fire signs. They're feeling like they really can give of themselves completely. And maybe they're challenged, though, to take it even higher and to be that true counseling type help person when it comes to people's emotional matters, including, in fact, maybe those around us who are moving ahead with fortune and love, and maybe just are discerning some things that are kind of interesting. So that's what I have for the fire signs. And so now we will move on to the water signs. And water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. And their word of the week is passion. You know, it's funny, but Scorpios, Cancer, Pisces, the water signs, they always get the best words, the words that really do imply something pretty emotional happening. And passion, of course, doesn't have to apply strictly speaking to love or matters of the heart. It could be just saying that there is something that you feel extremely passionate about, water signs, and that maybe finding this pleasure or this drive will be a big part of your week as you learn to enjoy this thing that really stimulates you. So then let's get on with the rest of that reading. So what kind of happiness will come towards water signs this week? And it's the Five of Discs, the Five of Coins, reversed. So it seems to me like maybe we find ourselves getting over something emotional, coming to terms with a real sense of loss or loneliness or neglect of some sort, and that maybe we're now realizing that we need to rely mostly on ourselves for our emotional well-being, that no one else can really make us sad, water signs. We can do that to ourselves. And so water signs, you know, we have to maybe deflect from that ultra personal of the Five of Cups upright, you know, that sense of desolation, and turn that around to the reverse and say, we're getting better. We're understanding what drives that emotional core that makes us feel that way, that reliance that we need or that we seek. So then what will be challenging or a surprise to the water signs this week? And it's the Two of Cups reversed. And it may be challenging or surprising to realize that maybe there's some communication things going on with some of our relationships. Maybe it's our primary relationship, maybe it's other close relationships, but we may be feeling, water signs, that we're a little more impatient, we're a little bit more guarded about what we're seeing in our relationships. Do we trust them or feel that we are really harmonizing? So this may be a challenge in terms of trying to understand where other people are allowed their feelings too, and where we do actually meet in the middle. Can we meet in the middle? Water signs, I think you know the answer to that. So working on relationships would be an easy way of summing this up, saying that's our challenge, is working on our relationships. So then finally, what will be of concern, what will happen or be important to those we care about, our loved ones, our spouses, or family members, or other people like that. And it is the Seven of Swords upright. And I suppose that could mean that maybe those around us have some challenges too, where they need to maybe be a little bit more clever, perhaps secretive, about what it is they're trying to accomplish emotionally. If it's about, maybe making overtures towards, dating or relationships themselves, just the beginning phases, then maybe this is saying, think a little more clever, be a little more clever, or a little bit more individualistic in certain ways. Don't run with the pack necessarily, be an individual. If it's talking about other kinds of challenges or relationships coming to those persons around you, it may be saying that they're kind of working it. They're working it in terms of coming out on top, because maybe it's a sense of feeling like us against them, like more of them against us, and so me against the world kind of thing. So I'm going to wrap that up again real quick and say that for the water signs, it may be that we're feeling a little bit better because we've kind of worked our way through some sense of what we felt emotionally, an abandonment or a hardship we felt, and now we're working better. But we're still challenged because maybe some of our relationships still need some harmony and balance to kind of work their way out. So communicate, learn patience again. And then finally, those around us, maybe they feel really challenged, and so they feel like that's kind of, evoking a mental thing about them, that maybe they can figure out how to proceed with these, emotional matters, that something's really compelling them, and that they may want to feel embattled, but really they're more clever than that. So that's what I have for the water signs. And now we will move on to our earth sign friends. Earth signs. Earth signs are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And their flow for the week, their word, their focus is dissension. So sounds like maybe earth signs are going to be not so in agreement, not so lovey-dovey with everybody in their immediate environment. Earth signs may be feeling that there's a little bit of prickly natures happening, that people are maybe complaining. Maybe there's just some full moon energy coming up that's just making everybody kind of act out a little bit. That's my best guess. So let's move on to the rest of the reading for the earth signs. What will bring happiness to the earth signs this week? And it's the Five of Discs. And the Five of Discs is pretty much like the last, the water signs, is telling you that you are coming out of some sense of loneliness or abandonment. Maybe you're beginning to understand that others' emotions can't affect you unless you let them. And so this dark night that's passing is because you are starting to realize, maybe more so than ever, that only your own emotions are what affect you, and so you can change that. So then, what is your challenge this week? And I think your challenge is a simple one, to just move on. The Six of Swords. So perhaps maybe this is about a particular emotional relationship of some sort. Maybe it's the primary one. Maybe it's somebody who you can't really count on what their feelings are for you, and maybe realizing that you are moving on. You're moving away from something that was unhappy, and hopefully you are moving towards something better. You feel that, you feel the promise of what's coming to you. So it's a challenge, but it's a challenge that you feel you can meet. And then what will be of concern to those you care, those around you, your primary or other close relationships. And it's the Eight of Discs, the Eight of Coins, and it's upright. And so it may be that you could find out that there are folks around you who feel they could learn from you, or that they could learn from somebody else what it is they need to kind of achieve, more satisfaction or more of what they want in their emotional life. So people are learning to find ways to learn new things about, maybe they're learning about their own personality. It sort of is the thread I'm getting a little bit from some of this. But I think it's a good card. I think somebody close to you may be looking to you to kind of mentor them a little bit in terms of understanding, their emotionality. I get that all the time. So let's recap that again and suggest that the Five of Coins or Discs is just like for the water signs, the sense that we're happy now because we feel we've kind of come to terms with how we understand somebody's emotions towards us, and we may realize that they didn't really abandon us or neglect us, but we made ourselves feel that way, or some sense of this. We're challenged now, though, to move, to make a direction and move ahead towards maybe new relationships, new personal relationships, or new situations. And then somebody close to us, somebody around us, maybe feels the need to reach out to you and just kind of get a sense of where to go emotionally. I wonder if all of this is connected. I don't know. But that's what I had for you guys, the earth signs. And that's all I have for this week's Oberon's Outlook on the Emotion Exchanges. So thanks for coming by, and I hope to see you next week.